Good morning, grade 5 and grade 6 and grade 7. Welcome to my online music class. I'm so happy you're joining me today. Grade 7s, can you believe you're in grade 7? Wow, it's like the other day you guys are all in grade 1 and look at you now, you're all grown up. I'm sure some of you are even taller than me now. We'll have to see next week who's grown taller over the holidays. Because I last saw you 2 months ago. It's a long time. And I'm sure a lot of you have shot up. So it's so early in the morning. I think we all need a good stretch. So I'd like you to get up. I'm going to play some music. And you can just stretch and yawn and just get all the sleep out from last night. Okay. So have a good stretch. Stretch a bit more. Keep stretching. There you go. Right, and let's shake out our hands a bit and shake out our feet. You can shake out to this music. Good, that feels better. Now, obviously, next week, we're going to be back in our masks again. So next week, I'm going to look like this. Okay, but you know that underneath this horrible mask, there's a smile, right? There's always a smile on my dial. You know I enjoy teaching you so much. I know I look very cross with my mask on. All you see is my big blue eyes staring at me. But please remember that underneath this mask, there is a smile. Okay. And I will do the same when I see you, because some of you also looks quite scary with your masks on. Okay. So let's start off by singing a song today. Our God is an awesome God. You know the words. You're welcome to do actions, although I think grade 7s, you're probably too big for actions now. But if you want to do the actions, you're welcome to. So it's our God is a great big God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. Right, let's try that. And before we try that, I just want to say one thing. At the moment over lockdown, it doesn't feel like God is very awesome, because you keep thinking, when is he going to stop this virus? But you know what? God is still awesome. No matter what our circumstances, he still created you, he still loves you, he still knows you by name, and we can still offer him praise and worship, even though we're in the middle of this horrible pandemic. God is still worthy to be praised. So let's do that right now. It's good to feel able to sing again. Hey, I bet some of you haven't sung for 2 months. So thank you for joining me and singing that song. Let's do some scales and arpeggios today. So we're going to start off by singing our scale that sounds like this. And we're going to do some actions with our hand. So we're going to go do, re, mi. Try that. Do, re, mi. Fa, you're going to drop your fingers down. Fa. So is on the side. So fa, so. La, you drop your whole hand like a floppy hand. La. Ti, your fingers point to heaven. And then we end with do again. The 2 do's are 2 fists, and they are the same. So let's go through those actions again. It's do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. Let's do it one more time. do, re, mi, fa, so, floppy hand, la, to heaven, ti, do. I wonder if you can remember that while we sing our scales. I'd like you to do the actions as we sing it. Okay, I'll try and help you. It's difficult to do the actions and play. I'm not an octopus, don't have 8 arms and legs, as you all know. So let's try. Here we go. Do, start there. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Very good. Let's do one more. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I lied. We're going to do another one more. Okay, here you go. You know I never lie. This time I did lie. My apologies. Adults should never lie. Okay, here we go. Do, and do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Good. Now, if we do the arpeggio, then it sounds like this. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Try that. Do, mi, so, mi, do. And another one, we're going to go one down. You're welcome to try the action. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Let's try. Do, mi, so, mi, do. And another one, we're going down and down with our voices. Do, mi, so, mi, do. And our last one. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Well done. Now your voices are warmed up, so let's sing a couple of memory match notes. So I'm going to play 3 notes, and then you sing back to me when I do this with my hand. You're going to go la, la, la. Whatever I play, you're going to echo back to me. So we're training our ears. We're trying to match our voice, which is here, with our ears, with our brain. We're trying to link everything together, and let's sing that together. La, la, la. La, 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 la. Very nice, good. And now, just to do our final warm-up set, we're going to clap some rhythms. Remember, it's echo clapping, so whatever I play on the piano, you're going to clap back. I'll do the first one with you, and the others I'll just show like this, and then it's your turn to clap. Very good. So those are our warm-ups finished for today. And now I'm sure you are all itching to sing, because last term we weren't allowed to sing because of COVID and everything else going on. And I'm afraid COVID is still going on, so we'll have to see what happens with regards to singing. But let's do some nice singing now, because we've got the chance. So I'm sure some of you know the song, Scales and Arpeggios, grade 5s, you definitely know it. Every truly cultured music student knows you must learn your scales and your arpeggios. We sang them today. Bring the magic ringing from your chest and not your nose. So when we sing not through our nose, while you sing your scales and your arpeggios. And some of you know this. It comes from the movie The Aristocats. Remind you of the melody. So every truly cultured music student knows that's you. Every truly cultured music student knows you must learn your scales and your arpeggios. You must learn your scales and your arpeggios. Bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose. Bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose, while you sing your scales and your arpeggios. While you sing your scales and your arpeggios. knows. Right, let's try that again. Every truly cultured music student knows you must learn your scales and your arpeggios. Bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose, while you sing your scales and your arpeggios. Do, mi, so, mi, do, so, do, mi, so, mi, do. If you're faithful to your daily practicing, you will find your progress is encouraging. You will find your progress is encouraging. Do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so, mi. Do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so, mi. And then it's fa, la, so it goes. Try that. Fa, la, so it goes. When you do your scales and your arpeggios. When you do your scales and your arpeggios. Let's try that bit again. If you're faithful to your daily practicing, you will find your progress so encouraging. Do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so, mi, fa, la, so it goes. When you do your scales and your arpeggios. Right, from the beginning, let's see if you can remember all those words. Every truly cultured music student knows. Every truly cultured music student knows you must learn your scales and your arpeggios. Bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose, while you sing your scales and your arpeggios. Do, mi, so, do, mi, do, do, mi, so, do, mi, do, do, mi, so, do, mi, do, do, mi, so, do, mi, do. If you're faithful to your daily practicing, you will find your progress so encouraging. Do, mi, so, mi, fa, la, so it goes. When you do your scales and your arpeggios. Well done. That was a lot of words. I hope you were able to keep up. Awesome. Let's put that aside and let's do our fun song that I know most of you know. It's called Tsena. So Tsena is an Israeli song from Israel. Israel was the country that Jesus lived in. So there's a little bit of a connection there to Grace Primary because, you know, we all believe in Jesus. So Tsena is just an Israeli word. Tsena, 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 tsena. You do it 4 times. Can't you hear the music playing in the village square? And then we sing that again. So that's the A section. Then the different B section is Tsena, tsena, join the celebration. There'll be people there from every nation. Dawn will find us dancing in the sunlight, dancing in the village square. Right, let's take it down a notch. Top. Tsena, 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 can't you hear the music playing in the village square again? Tsena, 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 can't you hear the music playing in the village square? Section B. Tsena, tsena, join the celebration. There'll be people there from every nation. Dawn will find us dancing in the sunlight, dancing in the village square. Last time. Tsena, 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 can't you hear the music playing in the village square again? Tsena, 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 can't you hear the music playing in the village square? B section. Tsena, tsena, join the celebration. There'll be people there from every nation. Dawn will find us dancing in the sunlight, dancing in the village square. Well done. I bet you enjoyed that. Now, some of you might be saying, Mrs. Meyer, it's too early in the morning to be so joyful. And I actually don't feel like being joyful. I feel very sad. It's school. Oh, I don't want to be at school. And maybe other horrible things have happened in your lives as well. Maybe your dog ran away. Maybe you had to move house and you don't like your new house. Because maybe you've had to move from a big house into a little tiny house. Maybe your parents had to sell their car and now you've got to walk everywhere. Maybe even worse than that, maybe somebody close to you has died over this pandemic. And I want to say to you, you're not alone in your feelings. I've had about 14 people I know personally die over this pandemic. So it's been really rough for everybody. But there's a wonderful song that says, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. And you know, today, I don't know what trouble you've gone through. I don't know what hard times have come upon your lives. But I want to tell you today, boys and girls, Jesus sees everything and he knows how you feel. And so we're going to sing this song today just to be a balance to our joyful song that we just sung. And maybe this song suits your mood a bit more about how you're feeling. And it's good to try and put names to your feelings. So if you're feeling angry, tell Jesus, Jesus, I'm feeling angry. If you're feeling sad, say, Jesus, today I feel very sad. If you're feeling happy, tell Jesus, great, Jesus, today I feel happy. Always try and name your feelings. Jesus, I'm frustrated, I can't do my schoolwork. Jesus, I'm annoyed, my brother and sister are in my space and my mother and father are driving me crazy. It's okay to feel those feelings. And in this song, it says, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. And then there's some praise words. Glory, hallelujah. I'm just going to have a sip of water because as you can hear, my voice is starting to go. I'm not used to singing anymore. If you've got some water with you, quickly have a quick sip. Cheers. You're welcome to run to the kitchen and go and get your water bottle while I sing this song. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. Let's try that again. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. Then the words go, sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. That means sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, yes, Lord. Sometimes I'm nearly to the ground. That means I'm really down in the dumps. Sometimes I'm nearly to the ground. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, yes, Lord. Let's do that again. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Oh, yes, Lord. Sometimes I'm nearly to the ground. Oh, yes, Lord. From the beginning, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Oh, yes, Lord. Well done. So I don't know if you noticed, this song had the beginning, then it had the middle part, sometimes I'm up, and then we went back to the beginning. And I want to just show you something here on a board. When we sang Tena Tena, we had two sections. There was an A and there was a B section. There was the Tena 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 part, and then we had the Tena Tena part. Okay, so the structure of that song was an A-B structure. It had two parts, and that's what we call in music binary form. I'm going to write this word up for you. It's called binary form. Now, for those of you that are very clever, you'll know that the word bi means two. So it's got two parts, a section A and a section B. It's called binary form. Now we get other different forms in music. The one we sang today, the one we've just sung now, Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen. It had Nobody Knows, that section. And then it had the next section, sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. And then we went back to the Nobody Knows. So that was what we call an ABA form. It had three sections, like a sandwich. The two outer levels were like your layers of bread, and then the middle part was like your egg mayonnaise. And now I guess all of you are going to eat egg mayonnaise today for lunch, hey? So that is what we call ternary form. So ter is a little bit like the word try, which is a bit like three. It's got three sections, A, B, A. So those are two forms that we do in music, the binary form and the ternary form. And so every piece of music has a structure. Sometimes there are even other structures. You can get one that is like this. It's a bit longer. I'm going to write it up here. In grade 7s, we're going to be learning more about this when we go back to school. So it's an ABACA form. So the A sections are all the same, but the B section is different and the C section is completely different. And that form is a very funny form. It's called rondo form because it's kind of going round and round section A. So it's called a rondo form. And we're going to learn more about that, specifically grade 7s when we go back to school. So I want you to try and remember those words. The AB form was, that's right, binary. The ABA form was ternary. And the last one I showed you, ABACA, was rondo form. Excellent. I'm just going to have another quick sip of water. And then I want to also go through some of our music knowledge. So we have all learnt that music happens on the stave. Those are your lines and spaces. You know already that there's 5 lines and 4 spaces. So these notes over here, these are your line notes. These ones over here, these are your space notes. Now, we use little rhymes to remember the names of the notes. So the rhyme for the line note, I wonder if you can remember that. When it's the treble clef, the higher notes, these notes, the rhyme is every, do you remember? I can hear some of you saying it. Every good boy deserves friends. Now, there's a really fun one going around. I don't know if any of you have seen these memes of Bernie. Little pictures of a little man with a mask, and he's got little mittens on his hands. So here's a funny one for you. Even grumpy Bernie deserves friends. How about that? Even grumpy Bernie deserves friends, or every good boy deserves friends. And the left hand, or the bass clef, is great big, remember, great big, what? That's it. Great big dogs fight angry. So that's the names of these notes. Great big dogs fight angry. Or if you want a Grumpy Bernie one, you can go, Grumpy Bernie deserves friends always. So there's 2 different ones you can use to remember those names. Then the space notes are slightly different. They're just 4. And remember what word rhymes with space? That's right, face. So this spells face. So the first one is F, A, C, and E. And then in the bass clef, remember cows have the deep voice. They've got that deep moo. So it's all cows eat. What do they eat? That's right. They eat grass. All cows eat grass. So that's how we remember the names of our notes. And I want you all to know these names of the notes, not just the music children that take music lessons. I want everybody to know these names. Okay, we're starting to run out of time. Before we end off, we're just going to quickly run through our other musical knowledge. This note counts for 1. That was your 2 count. That was 3. This one was 4. That was your tate. Together it adds up to 1. And then this one we did a while back is your 1 1/2 and the half. And this was actually in the song Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen. I'll show you when we get back to school. So this is 1 1/2 half. And then these were our rests. The squiggly one was 1, like a strike of lightning. The one that sits on top of the line, I said was like a top hat. So that's number 2. Number 2 is the top hat. And the one that falls off the 4th line, the falling 4, that's your number 4. Right, we're going to end off with one last song, and we're going to do Land of the Silver Birch. I'm not going to go through the words with you. If you know it, join along. And if you don't, you can just sway to the music or just enjoy my singing. Okay, let's end off with this. Land of the silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Blue Lake and rocky shore, I will return once more. High, higher, higher, high, higher, 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 high. Again. Land of the silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Blue lake and rocky shore, I will return once more. High, higher, higher, high, higher, high, higher, higher, high. Let's sing those highs again. High, higher, 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 high. Great. So that song talks about returning to a land that they knew that was kind of back to normal. And that's why I chose this song, because you know what, grade 5, 6, and 7, eventually life will go back to normal. I'm pretty sure of that. Eventually we'll be able to live without our masks on. Okay, but next week, remember, I'll see you like this. Okay? And maybe before you go back to school next week, just practice wearing your mask again, because it does take a bit of getting used to. So maybe today, when you're listening to one of your lessons, put on your mask, get used to wearing it again, and I'll see you all next week. Well done, grade 5, 6, and 7. Bye.